After managing $10 million in Google ad spend over the past year, I wanted to make this video to talk about really the main things that I've learned and I've seen. There's so many common misconceptions about Google, and it's honestly one of the most underutilized acquisition tools out there. A lot of people rely on Meta ads, TikTok ads, because they're just low barrier to entry, really easy to just plop a creative, get started. But Google Ads is really a killer tool if you know how to set it up properly. So one of the first things that I always end up kind of going back and forth with other brand owners that are heavily leveraged on Meta or TikTok is them thinking Google is just a bottom of funnel platform, meaning, you set up a branded search campaign, you can retarget some of those customers that you initially showed as or discovered you on Meta or TikTok through those ad platforms. And the reality is, yes, that's going to get you, a good return on ad spend and get you started on Google. But to really actually scale, people don't know that you can leverage shopping campaigns with a properly optimized feed. Either they don't know that they can set up cold search campaigns to target new customers that haven't heard of them on Meta or Facebook. And the beauty of it is, again, you're targeting people that are already having interest in you. Yes, it's going to be a little bit more expensive to run Google ads in terms of the cost per clicks, because again, for Meta, they don't know anything about you, and on Google, they're actively searching for the product you offer. But that's what makes it worth it, because your conversion rates are going to be a lot higher since they have that intent in the first place. So in 2026, being an e-commerce brand, I would honestly argue that you should start with Google Ads. You can literally set up a search shopping campaign targeting already high intent, ready to buy buyers. You can target different types of keywords around different angles. For example, again, if you're a supplement brand, targeting people in different age groups because there's tons of demand, targeting in a specific angle of a pain point it solves, because the way people are searching nowadays is so different. It's not just about targeting something like supplement and you showing an ad. People are searching different types of queries every day, and more importantly, we now have the AI mode that you can actually show ads in as well. So the way you can run search and the importance of it to be able to be existent and profitable in this new landscape of search, it's really non-negotiable to actually be showing ads on Google. And Google arguably dominates this ecosystem. Right now, like I said, they have it with AI mode and being able to show ads in that placement. And with Gemini, it's inevitable they're going to be rolling ads out there as well. So it's important you already have a ton of data to leverage in your Google Ads account to be able to be successful when these new ad placements roll out as well. And on that topic of shopping and Performance Max, a lot of brands can get the campaign set up, which is, again, pretty easy to do. Google makes it very easy to get started, but where they fall short is the fact that they don't have a properly optimized feed, because a lot of the success that comes from shopping ads is not to do with Google ads, but actually to do with your merchant center and making sure that all relevant product attributes are actually present and optimized for Google to be able to rank you well. And what I mean by that is things like having your UPC code actually mapped for Google to be able to crawl it, because it also uses that for ranking, having clear product titles where you're actually mentioning the keywords at the start of the title. You have 150 characters to play with, and some brands will literally just have their own brand name or the product name with no listing, if you take the example of the supplement, with a number of capsules, right? So there's different attributes that you can play in as well, not to mention product images as well with Product Studio and a lot of different tools like Nano Banana as well. You can create unique lifestyle type of images with your product, again, whatever is relevant. But this is where it's easy. You just literally do a test search of your own product, look at what everybody's running. If they all have a white background, you run something with a lifestyle type of background, or a person using the product, or somebody unboxing it, or somebody operating it, whatever type of product it is, and that you make sure that you actually mention the search term, the main search terms that you want to target at the start of the title. And there you go. That's literally how you rank in a nutshell, how you rank at the top. And even if you don't rank in that first spot and you rank in that first page or first slots of the carousel, that's literally how you get higher CTR, and Google will reward you for it, because their whole goal is for people to have a good experience on the platform. So again, if you're making Google happy, they're going to make you happy as well by being able to show your ads more, spending your budget, and also getting affordable clicks, because people have a good experience. And if you're having affordable clicks, it means getting returns is going to be a lot easier, and also scaling up your budget. Again, those are just a few of the different attributes, but brands don't understand this, because they'll set up the shopping campaign, they'll set up the Performance Max campaign, and then they're just left wondering, okay, why isn't Google performing for me? Google doesn't work. Let's just go back to Meta and TikTok. When, again, it's the fundamentals that are honestly the most important thing. And if you can actually nail that down in 2026, being as it were early in the year, still not that many brands understand how to set up Google properly and scale it. That's how you get ahead of everybody else, and instead of being on that exact same playing field. And talking more about scaling, Google becomes a whole ecosystem because there's shopping campaigns, there's search campaigns. The shopping ones are those visual ads, in case you don't know, where you have a product image, the title, the price. Typically you'll see them at the top of a search result that's transactional. You'll see text ads, which are search ads. Those are also eligible to show for transactional type of queries, but also informational ones, awareness ones. So you can really play with the actual keywords that you target depending on how low in the funnel you want to get. But again, as you scale, you can start to target more top of funnel queries, more informational queries, and then you send them to something like an advertorial where you educate the person on the actual solution that you have and your product is subtly suggested there, and then you slowly funnel them towards the actual product page. So there's so many creative ways that you can actually target and get buyers on Google, and your ability to spend and scale upwards is virtually unlimited. So search campaigns we talked about, and shopping campaigns where they basically can show for the exact same search term, so you can just dominate the results page in terms of that. And then you also have display campaigns where you can show ads on different websites. If somebody's browsing a news site, a sports site, you can show your product back to them and say, hey, left this in cart, here's an extra 5% off. You can do the same thing, follow them on YouTube. And on the reverse of YouTube, when you cap out on search demand, when you've already scaled to $50,000, $100,000 per month in spend, that's where you can start to layer on YouTube. And the scaling cap there is virtually unlimited because it's the same principle as TikTok and Meta ads, but you have much less competition, lower CPMs, meaning again, the same thing I mentioned with the CPCs, your ability to scale upwards is much, much easier. Again, once you crack it. And think about YouTube as well. People are there to be educated, to learn something new typically, and they're engaging for longer. They're already in the mindset, same way that you're watching this video right now. So seeing success on YouTube, I would even say is arguably easier than Meta and TikTok. It's just the way that you have to look at it is a little bit different because like I said, everything is an ecosystem. With YouTube ads, you might not see a good ROAS directly, and this is what I typically see for clients, but we see a lift in branded searches. We see a lift in new visitors because YouTube is driving that discovery, and then those sales are being captured by shopping and performance max when the person's actually searching for the product and actually more closer to that ready to buy stage. But again, you can see there's almost like 4 layers of campaigns, and that kind of just scratches the surface in terms of what Google ads can become for your brand. Again, you just have to get to this stage and understand that it goes much past branded search and just retargeting. It's a whole new advertising channel, and once set up properly, it's consistent, and you won't be stuck with creative fatigue like on Meta you have with every week you pretty much have to test a new batch of creatives. Even when you find a winner, eventually it's going to fatigue. You have to make iterations. Again, once you find killer search terms and you're dominating your market, you have winning ads, they don't really fatigue. Obviously, you want to have some seasonality to your ad copy and make it more captivating, but once you already have your fundamentals, there's not as much to tweak. And with these 4 campaigns that I mentioned, these 4 different types of campaigns, you can literally scale upwards super, super quick and super, super easily. All it is just laying down that foundation and in a simple manner. It's very easy to scale up when you have 4 campaigns and you're not trying to run 20, 25, 30 different campaigns, $100 per month budget on each of them, one spending 100, one spending 1,000. It's impossible to scale at that point. So something that I want to leave you with on Google is think of it as an ecosystem. All campaigns need to feed into each other, and that's how you scale upwards. You want to measure them collectively and understand how each one plays a role, and also to build your structure in a simple way where it's easy to increase budget, and all of the data that you're getting from your search, shopping, performance max campaigns can be leveraged into each other. Again, because when you have 20, 30 different campaigns, a lot of which are overlapping with each other, you don't understand what to increase, what to scale upwards. Google is actually a fantastic tool to get cold traffic buyers. You don't have to just rely on Meta or TikTok. It's not anymore about branded search and just retargeting. It has so many more components to it, and it can actually scale past what Meta and TikTok can, more importantly, consistently without fatigue. If you're interested in learning more about what a proper Google ad structure for your brand would look like, book a call with me. My link is down in the description. I'd be happy to have a chat with you to talk about how to get you to that $100,000 a month spend profitably.